Okay, folks, so let's do an analysis of the Carbonite trade. We have a daily chart in front of us. RSI on a closing basis was 9.60 on Friday, and it looks as though we are going lower, and that's a good thing. Volume is dropping off, and with the Stokes on a daily basis, we're beginning to see signs of a positive divergence, meaning while the shares are breaking down through key support levels, Stokes are hooking up, putting in higher lows and beginning to break out above resistance, but no higher highs versus the prior high as of yet. Now, the logic, the rationale of as to why we are in this trade, the trade being unsustainable with a catalyst for an upside or a counter trend rally being a short squeeze, is still intact. So, as I always say, you need to build a position in increments. This is one of the rare times where it's okay to average down. And to be successful, you need to average down. Now, on a weekly basis, Carbonite on Thursday managed to defend and hold this support level here at around the 1340 level. But the president didn't do us any favors on Friday when we crashed right through that support level with the rest of the market. So the question then becomes, where do we have new support below? And the good news is that it's immediately below at around the 12.26 level. We closed at 12.64. So ideally, we get a push lower on Monday morning. And I said earlier in the week that I wouldn't go adding more at support levels because I anticipated that the 1340 level would hold, and it didn't. So now I'm going to be looking to add more at the 12.26 level, and then we'll look to add more in the future on a bullish key reversal day, and that might happen all in the same day. And for those who are not familiar with what a bullish key reversal looks like, this is it here. Here's another one. Now, when you drill down to a 30-minute view, things are looking interesting. RSI, a bit oversold. We are beginning to put in higher lows. Volume at the close rolled in fairly strong. This last 30-minute bar was positive. And Ultimate Oscillator is putting in higher lows and hooking up. Stokes like a coiled spring. So I think that any pressure on these shares down to the 12.26 level, I want to be a buyer. I want to buy on that weakness. Now, if we don't see a push lower on Monday and we gap up higher, I will not chase the shares until such time as I see that we are poised to close at or near the highs of the day and that we do not fade. We don't see the rally fade into the close. That's my biggest concern about chasing a rally, is that everybody gets all excited, and by the end of business, the rally has faded and the shares are either flat or down on the day, or they have a topping tail. I don't want to be a part of that because that just implies there's more sellers out there, and in all probability, you're going to see lower lows and a resumption of the downtrend. On an hourly basis, we are in a trading channel. We pierced the lower band of support, but rallied back and consolidated late in the day at the lower band of support. Is that any reason to go buying more? No, we want to see a push down to historical support. So again, the weekly price target we're looking for is 12.26. We may get an overshoot to the downside, but I want to see a close back above that level before we add aggressively. If we overshoot to the downside and reverse to close back above the 12.26 level, well, then we'll be buying more aggressively. But I want to see a defense. And from the president's comments over at the G7 summit yesterday, it appears as though he backtracked a bit on his threats to U.S. companies doing business over in China. So that may put a bid under this market tomorrow. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to see Carbonite rally out of the gates. It's a weak stock, and I expect it to get weaker before we get a counter trend rally. And again, I want to see that weakness. That would be a great opportunity for us to get long at a historical support level, which hasn't been seen since 2015. And that is it for this morning, folks. Enjoy the remainder of your Sunday, and I'll talk to you soon.